Okay, so what you got here is pretty much a company that makes containers for the underside loading of commercial aircrafts. Okay, these are commercial aircrafts that people like you and I might be able to fly in if we had decided, oh, we're going to take a trip to, I don't know, we're going to take a trip to New York City and we're going to take an airplane that we can take out of Cincinnati Airport. Okay. And if that's the case, we will be sitting in seats. They may not be terribly big seats, but we will be sitting in seats. And the seats are right up above this area. If you can picture, an airplane is kind of tubular in shape. Okay. This is the bottom half of the tube. Okay. So what happens is they have some of the underside of the plane reserved for luggage for individuals, that baggage that are paying tickets that are sitting up here, but then they have other compartments underneath the plane that they then sell to companies in order to move things. And this guy that you're going to see getting in here, and this is not a terribly big space, and notice how he is crouching to get in here, but space is space and making money is making money. So this airline that is going to purchase one of these containers that you're going to see wheeled in here very shortly is definitely trying to maximize their revenue. So this is the underside of a type of plane called an Airbus 320. An Airbus 320. It's not a terribly big plane, but it's not a small plane either. Okay, so let's watch the video.
Let's have a look at the A320 aft compartment.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't want to hear that guy's voice. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to mute him. I'm going to maximize. And then let's begin again. Okay, so he's going to start wheeling stuff in here. It can be very automated. They've got lights in there. He's going to flip a couple of switches that, again, are there to make sure that when these doors in these planes get opened, that nothing comes falling out. Because if you can picture the airplane, they are on top of large landing gear. So, I mean, you're still not close to the ground where this guy is actually standing. They've still got to go up on a scissor lift that gets these containers up here. So they do have automated rollers that allow them to scoot things back. As you can see, there's only one way that the freight can go. The freight can only go in. If you flip another switch, then it can come out. Okay, but let's take a look at what we've got here once we get back to the container. Okay, so you've got a container that, as you can see, is very, it literally is hugging the edge of this Airbus 320. Okay. It is specifically made by this company that is making this video, and it definitely offers easy on, easy off. What you see right here, this is a canvas wall. And this canvas wall, if you see right here, are handles, and they can get raised right up, and people can then get at whatever is inside when it comes to unloading it. Because if we were to take a look at what might be inside one of these things, you would notice that there would probably be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, who knows how many different customers' stuff is inside of here. Okay. It might just be one big thing. But in the case where there's a container like this, you're going to have a lot of different things, and the airline is going to do as good a job as they can to get stuff in there. Okay, let's continue. So then this gets shot down at the other end, and then it is stopped exactly where they want it to stop, so it does not start running into the wall. Again, this guy is plenty. He is not standing upright by any means. As you can see, these locking types of floor locks definitely keep the pallet in place. They literally are flipping down on top of something, and can be released with a foot, released with a hand. But without a foot or a hand helping to lift it off, it's going to hold that container in place. Okay, so on with more freight. This guy's throwing it in here. This one, take a look at this one. This one is curved on both sides. Now, I have no idea if that was simply to show you the various types of things they had offerings for, but this one, as you can see, because it's curved on both sides, definitely maximizes the space in the belly of this A320. Okay. It goes in, but it doesn't come out. We don't want it to come back out onto the tarmac of the airport. Okay. It goes in. And then once it's in, something pops out, so nothing comes out. Last thing you want is to have freight going into or landing on the floor of the airport. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Is this a different one? Maybe I just totally misread that. But I thought that there was one that they were loading on that had this sort of curvature on both sides. And I don't know what the point would be to have something open. I know that periodically some of this stuff can be inspected and it can be looked at by people from the Transportation Safety Administration. If they have concerns about something that might be shipped periodically, they might just do general inspections. But I really thought what they were loading, I won't, actually, I will worry about it. Doggone it. Where was it? Going on, going on, going on. Where was it? See, it's curved. This is a different picture. Okay, I'm not wrong. Mr. Skeen doesn't like to be wrong. Okay, so anyway, let's continue. Oh, shoving it in. Again, it's a very automated process. It's not a lot of manpower other than the fact that that man had to scramble on board there, hunched over as he is, flipping these switches to lock this container in place. Okay. So let's see, we might be able to flip ahead here because I don't think we're going to see anything terribly interesting here. Now, this is one of the ones that is, let's go back. This is one of the ones that really maximizes the cube. And again, that's the name of the game in airplanes. With passengers, you want to jam as many of them on board if you're the airline. If you're the airline, you want to jam as many packages on board. Okay, money, that's what it is. So I think this is probably going to be the most useful stuff that you're going to see here in this video. But again, it definitely gives you a good representation of another way to move freight. Additionally, other than using these really nice containers, you have the ability to put something on a pallet. Definitely a lot less cube maxing than what that container was. But again, as long as it's on a particular type of sheet or sled, as sometimes it is referred to, it is something that can be rolled right on. And sometimes places like DHL or even other cargo or air freight companies, they get boxes from customers that they want shipped. And basically they say, here's the 20 boxes, and they bring them on a pallet. But what the air freight company then does is they take it off of the wooden pallet, place it specifically onto one of these aluminum skids. And then what happens is they try to build the pallet up as much as possible. So again, they are trying to jam as much stuff on. Sometimes you have customers that say, no, don't stack anything on top of my stuff. And yes, I know I'm going to get charged extra for saying that, but yes, that's the way I want it. Okay, so this might have come up to the air freight company or to DHL on a pallet, but they have had to remove it from the pallet and then placed it onto this aluminum skid. Okay. And here we go. It's on there, and our underbelly is full. Okay. So just like that, I will tell you that, wait a second, are we doing it again? They just want to show you their stuff. Okay, so anyway, that is the loading of the underbelly. You don't see all of the packages, but there is a whole lot of space to be sold by airlines and to be utilized by air freight companies, partial delivery service companies, whoever wants to buy that space. There are customers out there that want to use it. Okay, goodbye.